What's up, guys? And welcome back to the Blitz.
To the Blitz.
To the Blitz.
To the Blitz.
We are back. That's our first Blitz. This is our first Blitz of season 3. You already know. Thank you guys so much for all the comments that you guys put on the last episode. Money, the root of all evil, question mark? We appreciate you guys. We're still missing some of our regular commenters. Where y'all at? But that means we got new people, and that's always cool.
Yes, sir.
I was checking through to read some of the comments. I went back to episode 43. There are still 0 comments on the episode. So peculiar. What's going on, y'all? Come back to us. We miss you. Anyway, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get right into this.
Y'all don't know about this stuff I be pushing, bro. You don't know what two keys I just pressed to make that sound.
Yeah.
Enter and fight. Bro, they should, all right.
Y'all.
They should let me a voice act a video game.
This is about to be a Blitz for real.
Y'all are about to hear about something.
A quick episode. So, on the day of recording this, which is
The 18th of January,
2024, 6 days ago, a song was released that really made us think about some things that we often think about but then don't talk about.
Right.
And a music video was released alongside it. If it was just the song, it probably wouldn't even matter for real.
Yeah.
But the video alongside it just culminated into a big mess.
This video was not a small work
At all.
As a matter of fact, this artist has a history of big production videos.
Yeah.
This one, I'm not sure if the other ones have been, but was directed by the artist themselves. All the different scenes, I guess, were written. And yeah, it was quite a wild ride.
Speaking of ride. Sorry, that was crazy. 2 years ago, the same artist dropped a music video and a song. It currently has 561 million views on YouTube. That thing is too loud, bro. It's drowning me out. But it's not even loud. It's not even loud for real. Let me stop. The artist that we are talking about, and that's not the basis. It's the basis of this episode, but it's not the only people who do it, right. Obviously. But
this is just the emergent example.
We are talking about Mr. Old Town Roan.
Nah, bro. Old Town Roan isn't roan a type of cow that's like, it's like a type of pattern, bro? I'm not tripping. Look it up really quick.
How do you spell it?
ROAN, I believe. We learned about it in biology, high school biology, when you do the little lattice chart.
Denoting an animal, especially a horse or cow, having a coat of a mane color, thickly interspersed with hairs of another color, typically bay, chestnut, or black mixed with white. Okay. Cool.
Anyway.
But no, Old Town Road. Mr. Old Town Road himself.
Our boy Monty.
Lil Nas X. Now, some of y'all forgot about him after Old Town Road.
Oh, I'm gonna take my.
You guys are living in the joy of the Lord. We're living in the trenches.
In desolation.
So 2 years ago, Lil Nas X dropped a song called Montero.
Which is his first name. Fun fact.
Yes, fun fact. Or Call Me By Your Name. Call me with your man.
All right.
Call me with your man.
Why did you make it a...
Call me in the morning, I'll be on the way.
What do you even
like
call that? That's supposed to be trumpets, by the way. It was Mexican.
Thank you.
My bad.
Yes. And essentially in this track, the track is whatever. The track is honestly just a song.
Yeah.
But the video depicts, I'm not going to call him our boy. Depicts
not our boy anymore.
Somebody's boy, Lil Nas X. A boy, Lil Nas X.
Y'all's boy.
Sliding down a fireman's pole.
Fireman's pole, you're saying.
Into hell. To go lap dance on the devil.
I should have used the big bomb, but I didn't want to overuse it on y'all. I wanted to protect your ears and those who are driving next to you. But just know. I mean, honestly, if you've been on the internet enough to like use this podcast without breaking your routine too much, you've probably heard about this video because it was like a world attention grabbing.
US.
Yeah. US and like other places that I guess would get it.
Yeah. But essentially the contents of this video, people were not happy about it because of the way that it depicted or the way it kind of laughed in the face of you know, we don't like the devil.
Yeah.
You know, simple things like, I mean, you know, you don't even have to be religious. A lot of people are just like, yeah, no, why would I don't know.
One of the main arguments against the antics of this guy, and also one of his biggest standing points, is that he's very popular among the youth and kids, especially Old Town Road. It was like maybe a few billion streams of just sheer popularity. I think it's in Fortnite or something. And everybody knows that song. I remember I was in middle school. Yes, y'all, I'm aging some of y'all like, really? But
yeah,
I was finishing middle school when that song came out, and they played it like on the intercom, like the whole thing back to front. Or I mean, you know what I'm talking about, front to back. But
what song?
Old Town Road.
Oh.
But yeah, it was a huge sensation. So then people come at him like, hey, my kids like your music. You can't be in some undergarments throwing it back.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that he has no clothes on.
Yeah, where your clothes at?
Also, he's very popular amongst the LGBTQ plus community
because, as you might have guessed,
he is a gay man. Cool. Shout out my boy Lil Nas X. Now he's my boy.
Everybody just unsubscribe.
I'm sorry. Look, yes. So that plays a big part in it because a lot of the imagery, not only is it, you know, revolving around Satan, but it's also revolving around homosexuality also.
And homosexual relationships with Satan.
With Satan. Fun. Super, you know, all good stuff. Yeah. And it definitely generated some backlash. However, 6 days ago, as we prefaced at the start of this episode, Lil Nas X has dropped, I guess, his apology to Christians everywhere. How dare you like Satan? He's like, you're right. So what he did for us Christians, and those of you who aren't Christians listening, he did it for you too. You can go watch it.
Don't do that though.
He came on the screen, majestic.
Right, hair flowing in the wind.
Hair flowing, obvious lace front wig. You can laugh. Walking around
the Christmas tree
in a flowing white dress.
Yes, he was supposed to look holy and angelic.
He's wearing a dress.
Yeah.
Flowing, walking through, singing about how he's back like Jesus Christ. Later in the video, he dresses up like Jesus, puts himself on a cross with his own special form of maybe a demonic symbol. Who knows, bro? A symbol that's supposed to mean something. On the top of the cross.
Yeah.
He's got a crown of thorns on. A lot of people have done this. Kendrick did this. I can't think of anyone else at the moment.
I think the
baby Dax.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I don't know why it's so popular. That's what the basis of this episode is. But he dresses up like Jesus. He's singing. He's twerking and dancing with a bunch of men. He's in a cheerleader costume. It's just, look, I'm trying to describe it so that you don't have to go watch it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to watch it. Look.
What's interesting is this one is more mixed than usual because the other ones have been, like Isaiah said, the other ones have been more openly, like, seemingly anti-Christian messaging, or at least mockery. But then this one was like, when he was depicted on the cross, he was like, the image flashed upside down, then to regular and upside down. He's like, which way? This way? This way? Nah, this way. And he settled on the straight up and down cross because other artists like Playboy Cardi
Cardi.
And some others
Uzi
do
back in the day.
upside
Ken
down
Carson.
crosses, and they think like, oh,
Destroy Lonely.
demonic and whatever. So
Yeah.
this was his anti-demonic. It didn't really make sense because the contents of the video are crazy.
Yes. But anyway, it was like this whole mockery of him basically just saying like, I'm not with Satan anymore, guys. Trust me.
Did you already talk about the basketball?
No.
He fights CGI. He doesn't fight. He 1v1s CGI Satan on the basketball court with some holy clothes on,
and gets a slam dunk. Wow. What an incredible basketball player. Yes, so the reason why we wanted to bring this up and what this episode is really all about is and it's more discussion than a conclusion. We don't really have a conclusion, but it seems that more and more in especially American culture and society, it is becoming increasingly common, accepted, and normal for people to really bash on Christianity in particular. The reason I say Christianity and not religion is because never ever in my life have I seen anyone depicting themselves as Muhammad or dressing up as maybe Buddha, although that one I've seen maybe a little bit more. Trying to dress up as one of the many Hindu gods that I've seen in my day because of living in Guyana. Never. No one talks about them. No one's mocking them, making fun of them, even really describing them at all. No one's dressing up as any other deity you can think of.
Where as far as Christianity, there's probably a teenager in your neighborhood who did the classic Jesus on a hoverboard Halloween costume with the robe with the red cross, not a red cross, but the crossbody sash, with the long hair wig and the beard and the cotton balls over the hoverboard, so it looks like you're floating on a cloud and whatever. I've seen that everywhere.
Like Goku.
All right. There's, like he said, Kendrick Lamar with the Crown of Thorns. Netflix shows with some kind of Jesus character in them, but he's like this whimsical guy, or other stuff like that.
Oh yeah, a lot of cartoons have Jesus, and it's like, what are you doing here, Jesus? I don't know. I'm just chilling. I don't know.
Yeah.
They just
I'm just chilling.
It's just Jesus as a he's a cartoon, man. They make him comical. And again, other religions, I've never ever seen this before. I've never seen someone try to depict Allah because anyway, you can't really depict Allah in the same way you can't depict God because they don't have any.
The imagery historically is not the same.
There's no imagery really.
There's no Michelangelo paintings of,
right. There's no look of what God looks like
in the minds of people.
No, there is a Michelangelo painting. David. Is that Michelangelo? Who painted the Sistine Chapel? Michelangelo. It was Michelangelo.
But not to be confused with the Ninja Turtle from the popular series Ninja Turtles.
Correct. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Fact.
If you see, there is that popular image of David Adam reaching out his hand, his finger touching God's finger, whatever. But that's really the only imagery. And people, nobody's dressing up as God or Allah.
I think there was someone in France who was doing like caricatures and did a bunch of historically very significant Islamic figures and was either like attacked or killed by not some kind of organization. It was just by someone who believed.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
This is not a bash on Islam. There are multiple sects of it, and people believe way different things. Some people would be like, "That's outrageous." Some people would be like, "Yeah, get them." Right. So there's a diversity within Islam about that. So I'm not saying Muslims are murderers, but this one in particular, because of their way of belief,
and I guess the disrespect that person felt,
Right, because it is a very, very absolute thing. And
you don't depict.
Right.
You know.
It's like the law in Leviticus and stuff. When people would do certain things, they'd get stoned because that's how the societies worked. It's not lenient.
Yeah, correct.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There have been similar scenarios to that. But then it's like, you know, a lot of American culture, there's a hatred of Christianity. And I think we've talked about this before, but obviously I feel like the reasoning for this is because of exposure. Mm-hmm. So your average American knows a Christian.
Right.
Whereas do they know a Muslim? Do they know, or a Muslim? I don't know. I've been trying to say it correctly. Islam, Muslim. I keep saying Z, but it's Muslim. Anyway, do they know anyone of that religion? Do they know a Hindu? Do they know a Buddhist? No.
Like, I've gone to a number of public schools and a number of private schools. And among those, there are probably a few thousand people who claim Christian.
Right.
And I could probably count on like two hands, maybe besides being in GIA, the number of Muslim students.
Right.
So
a lot smaller numbers there.
Yeah.
I do feel like us living in another country has exposed us to a lot more religions. Therefore, you can see, you think of a religion and you don't think of a religion. You think of a person, you know what I mean? Or you think of people, you know, like Muslims, and you think, oh yeah, like my friend Muhammad or my friend, you know, whatever. And it's not, you know, some faraway thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's not even, for me, I can't think of like a huge multitude of people, but there's a handful of people of these religions that I know. Like I'm thinking of Hindus. I remember two girls from one of my classes, and
yeah. So then, you know, because sometimes you can see it in Americans, they hate on Islam. I don't know, based on like for example, when there was the war on terror, which I think is still going on, but especially after 9/11, and of course those were Islamist extremists, right? But now a lot of times people will associate Islam, anyone who's Muslim, with that kind of those kinds of actions. So it can you know come from from different sides, and that's some of the hate I see for Islam. But in just general pop culture, in general, just no respect, it's usually Christianity.
Yeah.
So like, you know, just using it as just a thing, a thing that people do. Is nothing. They don't offer the same respect that they would offer to someone else.
And I think it's because there's such a massive population. Like, can you quickly look up the percent of Americans that claim Christian? I know it's probably lower in today than like a decade ago, but it's still very high.
Right.
Let's check that out real quick. The percent of people who claim Christian in the United States of America.
I'm not a quick Googler, y'all. Look.
And he's Googling with one hand because he's got the mic. So just be patient. Listen to this while you wait.
I got it.
They were still listening. That's right. I'm just waiting for the
As of 2020, about 64% of Americans identify as Christian.
That's a big number.
It's a big number, but honestly, it's over half.
Yeah.
But apparently 50 years ago, which is what? Instead of 2020, that's what? 1970?
Yep.
90%.
Dang.
So, yeah, it's dropped. But yeah, it is a majority of America is Christian.
So then for a bunch of other religions, like any other religion you can think of, maybe besides atheism, it's way more of a protected class.
In America specifically.
Yeah. So like I could get out on the internet and make a tweet and be like, I don't know, all my homies hate Jesus. And like Christians would come after me, and that's it. If I went on the internet and was like, said something similar about a different religion, it doesn't have to be members of that religion to come get me. It's going to be everybody because it's just a smaller representation. What? His eyebrows have gone up.
I was looking up some information. Yeah, so right now, 2020, 64% of Americans are Christian. And apparently the third largest religion in the United States is Islam. Mm-hmm. It's 1.1%.
Yeah, that's a huge disparity.
Yeah.
Imagine getting a 64 on your test. Now imagine getting a 1.1.
Oh, gosh. They're both bad. But
one of them I've received before. And
correct.
I'm alive to this day, but maybe another one I would not have.
I mean, you've gotten zeros.
But not on a test, though.
No?
No.
I've gotten a 0 on a test because I didn't take it.
There was one time where there's a 2-part test. It was the final exam for the class. Mm-hmm. I had a high B in the class, and I go in day 1, and I took it, and I did like okay.
Right.
And then I didn't go the second day. I don't remember why.
Nice.
And so the second part was a 0. But my grade was still a B by the end, and that's all they measured, so it was okay. But, nice. Bro, I got a 22 on the final, which means I did terrible on part 1. But part 2 was apparently longer, so I'm going to say that's why. Yep, it wasn't 50-50, y'all, so don't hate. Don't hate and say I got 22 out of 50 the first try. Shut up. But anyway, that was that was a little fun fact.
That means you got 44 out of 50. Because then 44 out of 100. No, wait, no.
Rewind.
Wait, yeah, because if the maximum amount of points doubled and you got 44% of 50, that's only 22% of 100.
What?
Right? 2% of 50 is 1% of 100.
Oh.
Yeah, so 4% of 50 is 2% of 100.
What do y'all think, bro? Drop it in the comments.
No.
Enter and fight.
Anyway, so the percentage is incredibly small.
That's going to be a podcast phrase of mine from now on.
Enter and fight.
Enter. It's because, okay.
Boom. 4% of 50 is 2. And then 2% of 100 is what? 2.
Right.
Duh. Yes, it's the same. I knew it.
Bro, Dad and I
got an A in Calculus 3.
In the, Why are you looking at me like that? Yo, he just reached over to my keyboard.
Right
yeah.
Look, and the whole point of that was how smart I am. Well, you were talking with Dad.
Okay, bro. I'm warning you though. This has to do with enter and fight, not with anything that we've been talking about. But bro. Just real quick. So there was somebody who appeared to be a drug addict on the street. And I had to spit that out real quick. But they were wearing a hood and they were very short. And they were like faced away from the street and in this martial arts looking pose. And I said, who is that? The sage of the 6 paths. And then Dad was like, enter. It was just funny. It's so bad. But anyway, my bad.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. It's easy to hate on Christians when they're the majority. If you're hating on a minority, you're beating down on someone.
Yeah.
But if you are hating on what is widely popular,
you're not a big bully. If I say Drake is trash, people are going to be like, okay, that's your opinion. Yeah. If I say if
a little kid drops a song.
Yeah. And I'm like, this sucks in the comments, bro. I'm getting hurt.
Be like, how dare you?
Yeah.
He's
it's just different.
But think about man, if you're hating on 5-year-olds' music, you're
winning.
You need to check on your soul. There's something wrong with you.
No, but another thing is that Christians in America aren't really at a consensus. Like it says 64%, but there's a bunch of smaller percentages of people who believe certain things.
Right.
And so we can't all agree on certain things because not everybody follows the same lines of doctrine like the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think in the 1.1% of people who follow Islam in America, like there's a higher chance that they will agree. And if there were to be a Montero video about their religion, bro,
It's up.
it's going to be the entire community against you.
Yeah.
Whereas we just read some of the comments from the video, and there's some people who are like, well, I'm a Christian, and I think you guys are overreacting. This video is super dope. And it's like, all right, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because like I feel like if someone had made a Montero video about Islam, you know, I'd probably feel the same way. I'd be like,
Yep.
this is so disrespectful.
Would have been jail time.
Why would you make like it, I wouldn't feel any different because it's not my religion.
Yeah.
It's, disrespect is disrespect,
Right.
you know, and you can recognize disrespect from any side. But yeah, I don't know. There is common. A lot of people like to depict themselves as a Christ figure. That's a term, Christ figure. You can't be a Muhammad figure. It's not a thing.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a lot of things about Christianity are just general, and they're not necessarily something that like recognizes someone's belief. It's recognized as like, oh, you're just a Christian because you're American.
Yeah. We talked about in the last episode the popular phrase that money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Which is a
Sorry.
is a misquoted scripture from the Bible, but they don't got nothing like that from the Quran in common American culture
At all.
So it's
They probably
really
don't have it in common anything culture.
Yeah. It's not, other religions aren't free game like Christianity. What do you guys think about that?
You know, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Yeah, I don't know. There's no conclusion, like we said. It's just food for thought. You know, do you recognize this? Do you see these kinds of things in your own existence? You know, now that we've brought it to your attention, maybe you have some kind of, you're like, oh, well, I get it because it's like this. Or maybe you're like, I never noticed that, but you're right. Yeah, let us know. Drop in the comments. And I guess we're done. We don't really have anything more to say on the topic.
Oh, but don't forget, enter and fight. But yeah, guys, just, you know, I didn't actually have anything to say. I was trying to, you know, in those videos when they do something ridiculous and then it's like, all right, bro, drive off. And they won't drive off. That was me trying to drive off just now, bro. But I didn't actually have anything to say.
Y'all,
so
we love y'all so much. We're back. 2024, season 3.
Yes.
First Blitz.
Hopefully you had some good thoughts, some good smiles and laughs and conversations from this episode.
Yep. Don't listen to Lil Nas X. And with that, we'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.